Abuja. State House correspondent Abdulrahman Jibrila reports.
A meeting of financial experts, mostly from the banking sector, and the federal government is taking advantage towards ensuring support to actualize measures targeted at reducing inflation, stabilizing the foreign exchange market, and improving fiscal management. The 17th Annual Chartered Institute of Bankers Conference, focusing on accelerating economic growth and development, and Vice President Shetima describes the focus as timely, noting that it came at a moment the nation is grappling with interrelated challenges, but also present opportunities for growth and development.
Recognizing the impact of inflation on vulnerable populations, we have enhanced social protection programs, including cash transfer schemes, by providing direct payments to 75 million Nigerians in 50 million households to reduce the suffering of citizens, especially vulnerable groups. Additionally, we have introduced initiatives to support agricultural productivity, thereby addressing food inflation directly. The President also approved a 150-day duty-free import window for food commodities including maize, husk brown rice, wheat, and cowpeas.
Stakeholders called for urgent introspective look on Nigeria's economic challenges, stressing the need for innovative solutions.
Let's use it to make progress collectively as a country. It is, in my viewpoint, yes, bitterness by pain, but not a time to finger point. Everyone, each and all of us, must ask ourselves, what role can we play in making this country a better place? The Nigerian banking sector is a cornerstone of Nigeria's economy. The transformation of our banking sector over the past few decades, is one of our success stories. And
the banking industry is not only a participant, but also a driver of our nation's economic growth and development. Let us embrace this opportunity with vision and determination by working together.
We must also note that it's extremely important when there is criminal infraction, penal sanctions will follow. Now, I make both to tell you with every sense of humility here that we will no longer fold our arms. As a matter of fact, some of the mind-boggling major financial fraud that has been carried out that looked like an onslaught against the economy was done through the banking industry.
The stakeholders are satisfied with the progress made in Nigeria's banking sector, calling for continued collaboration to strengthen its role in supporting the economic policies of the federal government. In Abuja, Abdulrahman Jibrila, Nta News.
The federal government has debunked rumors of a planned increase in value-added tax, as the Minister of Finance assures Nigerians that the current VAT rate remains unchanged at 7.5%. Vivian Izadife has more on Business News.
According to a statement signed by the Minister of Finance, Wale Edu, neither the federal government nor any of its agencies will act contrary to what the law stipulates. This clarification came after concerns were raised by stakeholders who were worried about rumors of plans to increase VAT from 7.5% to 10%. In another development, Nigeria's electricity distribution companies, or DISCOs, have reported a significant increase in revenue collection for the month of June. According to the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission, DISCOs collected 150.86 billion naira in revenues, representing a collection efficiency rate of 85.44%. Ikeja DISCO received the highest revenue for the month at 30.06 billion naira, followed by Eco Disco and Bini Disco. Yola Disco recorded the lowest revenue collection efficiency rate at 60.81%. In terms of energy received and billed, the 11 electricity distribution companies received 2,190.12 gigawatt hours of electricity and build up to 1,850.73 gigawatt hour. Enugu Disco recorded the highest billing efficiency rate at 95.63%. With business, Vivian Ezadefi.
The presidency has reacted to a comment made by the leader of the Trade Union Congress in the United Kingdom as the opening of its conference in London, which claims that there have been human rights abuses and violations in Nigeria. A statement signed by the Special Advisor to the President on Communication and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga, says the Nigerian government was wrongly and falsely accused of human rights abuses because the NLC President, Joe Ajero, was stopped from traveling abroad after he snubbed the invitation of a law enforcement agency conducting an ongoing investigation. Onanuga says Ajero, who probably considers himself above the law, was slated to speak at the same conference where the UK TUC leader attacked Nigeria. Onanuga also says his actions, however, have serious consequences as no one is above the law in Nigeria. He also adds that clearly under the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended, no person is above the summons of law enforcement agencies and lawful investigation. Mr. Onanuga says no one in the United Kingdom or anywhere in Europe and the United States, including trade union leaders, will flagrantly ignore the invitation or summons of MI5 or Scotland Yard, or treat the FBI with the level of disdain Mr. Ajero has subjected law enforcement agencies in Nigeria to. He reminded Nigerians that the global community, that the federal government recognizes that the labor movement exists to protect and defend the interests of its members, noting that labor, in most cases, only advances ideological positions that fly in the face of economic realities. He says ideological stances of the labor unions in Nigeria in the past have only stunted the economic growth and development of the country and even compromised the material well-being of the workers and the poor people they protect. A case in point was the strong opposition of the NLC and TUC to the sale of Port Harcourt and Kaduna refineries to Blue Star Consortium, promoted in 2007 by Aliko Dangote and Femi Otedola during the administration of former President Olusegun Obasanjo. 17 years after, the labor movement forced the successor government of Umaru Yar'Adua to cancel the sale of the two refineries. None of the four government-owned refineries worked. In the obverse, Mr. Aliko Dangote, one of the promoters of Blue Star, has built the largest single-train refinery in the world. And in a twist of fate, the same labor movements that fiercely opposed Dangote from taking over the two refineries in 2007 hailed him on completing his 650,000 barrels per day refinery in Lagos. Onanuga says the administration of President Tinubu will continue to promote the best economic interest of Nigerians despite current challenges. It will also continue to pursue policies and programs that will expand national economic output and create prosperity for citizens. Well, the Nigeria Labour Congress, NLC, says it remains a law-abiding workers' union and will honour any invitation from security agencies and cooperate with them on any security concern. NLC Head of Information and Public Affairs, Benson Upau, was speaking with correspondent Joseph Ordsen while reacting to allegations that NLC presidents and Joseph Ajero failed to honour earlier Department of State Services invitation.
Over the arrest, the Nigeria Labour Congress had summoned an emergency meeting of its National Executive Council